Hey, what's up, everybody? This video is part of a series of videos dealing with personal finances and personal budgeting. I'm going to put this same intro at the beginning of each video. So one, if you've already watched the intro, you can go ahead and skip to today's topic. Two, if you see my clothes change or the nice virtual background change, the reason will be because I recorded the rest of the video on a different day than I did this introductory video. So the point of this series is simply to do very quick, hopefully 2 to 5 minute videos where we discuss a lot of topics dealing with personal budgeting and personal finances. So I'm going to record all of these. I have probably over 20 ideas for these really short videos. I'm going to release one a day over the next 3 to 5 weeks. And if there's a topic that you want to hear about, please go ahead and post it in the comments. Maybe it's one that I have coming up, and then I'll release that one in the future. Or perhaps it's something that I haven't talked about or thought about on my list, and I can address that as I continue the series. So without any further comments, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic.
Today's topic is budget killers, and there are three of them that will really set you back and hinder you from reaching your financial goals. The first one and most common is eating out. Eating out is a huge one that a lot of people don't realize how much money they're spending on eating out. And I think that when you start tracking your budget, hopefully at this point, maybe you have been tracking it for several months already, or once you have, if you haven't yet, I really think most of the people I talk to, they're always shocked by how much they're eating out. It's not that much necessarily in the moment, but by the time you get to the end of the month, you go back and you look and you realize you spent way more than you intended to eating out. I know groceries are high. I know inflation is going crazy right now. And yes, your grocery bill looks painful, but it will always, always, always be cheaper to eat at home than it is to eat out. The second budget killer is going to be small purchases. Now, this one psychologically is going to mess you up because you're going to think, hey, we're at the store and it's just $12 on this item. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. But then a few days later, you're back and it's only $7. So you purchase it. A few days later, you're back and it's just $20 and you purchase it. By the time you get to the end of the month, these small purchases, most of the time, they're going to go into like an other miscellaneous category in your budget because you don't have a specific line item for these type of items. That could end up being a few $100s at the end of the month, maybe $300. And that could be your entire savings goal gone on these miscellaneous purchases that when you look back, you don't even have a specific category to put them in. So again, psychologically, you don't feel like you're spending a lot of money, but it will add up over time very, very quickly, much quicker than you think. I try to keep that other miscellaneous category on average less than $100 a month. It's just a personal goal of mine. You'll have to come up with what your goal is for that category. But I promise you that is going to be a hard one. That's always a hard one to keep down. The last budget killer is going to be one that may surprise you and you may not actually like, but it's going to be your housing. And the reason why I think this is a budget killer is because people don't even evaluate their housing. A lot of us have a minimum standard of living that we're willing to, to live in. And so you might be checking out apartments, you might be checking out homes, and you just say, that I don't really want to live in that one. This is kind of my minimum standard. And that comes with a price tag. And so you just kind of assume I have to have housing. I can't change the cost of what housing is. And so therefore, this is just a number in my budget that I have to put in there. And then whatever's left over is what I have. But that's not true. You are completely in control of your housing. You can go down a little bit in order to free up more money, down on standard a little bit in order to free up more money. But again, I'm not telling you that you have to do that. All I'm saying is that you need to honestly evaluate that line item too. Most of the time, the mortgage and the rent payment, people treat as a given that they have no control over, but you do. You have control over that. And if you need to free up some space in your budget, you need to keep that one on the chopping block for lack of a better term, but it needs to be evaluated just like everything else. It's not one that gets this free pass where it's just going to eat up all of your budget. And it's a huge one. The reason is because housing is expensive, so it's going to eat up a lot of your budget. And two, people typically don't evaluate it the same way that they do other categories. They just treat it as a given and they're not willing to touch it. And so that's why it is a huge budget killer, maybe even above the small items and the eating out as well. Now, we could do a deep dive into each one of these, and we probably will in later videos. But to keep this video short, That's the summary. Those are the three items that you really need to be keeping an eye on here at the beginning of your budgeting journey.
My name is Brad. I'm with Wooten CPA. My goal is to bring peace to your tax and accounting responsibilities. One of the ways I do that is through these videos here on YouTube. Please like this video, share this video for others to see, and subscribe to the channel if you would. That way you're also notified when new videos come out. There will be over 20 in this series of personal finance and personal budgeting that I'm going to try to keep in that 2 to 5 minute window, so they'll be easy to digest for you. Hopefully that they are helpful for you, and I appreciate you watching the videos.